Morning. In the morning, the legs were still there. In a way, it was a relief. None of the nightmare quality of the dark hours. Just a cold morning with rain on the bedroom window and 20 or 30 legs scattered about the room. You see, my head was clear, and in those circumstances you can take life as it comes. I got out of bed, put on my dressing gown, and picked my way between the legs down to the kitchen. No point trying to sort them out now. Cup of tea first. I poured in the milk and sat at the kitchen table. At least it was a Saturday and I didn't have to rush. Tea first, its steam warming my face as I sipped and stared out at the raggedy patch of lawn and warped fence panels. I was just reaching out to put the radio on when I heard the footsteps on the stairs. Well, I say footsteps, but there being only one leg made me think it should be just one footstep. Anyway, here we go, I thought, rolling my eyes. It shuffled to the kitchen door, looking as sheepish as a leg can. It was wearing a trouser, thank goodness, and a big red fancy trainer poking out from the bottom. "Well, come in then," I said, not knowing whether it had any way of hearing. Still, it came in, doing small, apologetic hops all the way to the table. "Are you hungry, or can't you eat?" It hopped a bit more enthusiastically. "All right, I'll do you some cornflakes, though I'm not sure what use they'll be to you." I went to the cupboard. "I hope you're embarrassed," I went on, as I put the bowl down in front of it. "Doesn't seem quite so funny in the morning after, does it? You lot were very disruptive last night." The leg said nothing. Just then, a couple more thump-thumps sounded on the stairs. As I looked back at the first leg, I saw that somehow all the cornflakes were gone. "I suppose all the others will want breakfast too," I sighed. "Honestly, it's a good job I bought a new pack yesterday." The next two showed no sign of shame at all and bounced around with some of the exuberance of the night before, although at least this time I wasn't worried that the neighbours would come round and complain. One of them, in a short and running shoe and distressingly hairy, flexed meaningfully next to the banana, so I had to peel one. The banana vanished just as the cornflakes had, while I was distracted by more legs coming in. "I can't believe this is my morning," I thought exasperatedly, as I put the kettle on for mugs of tea and coffee. The various legs stood around in the kitchen, looking for all the world like they were making polite conversation, while my breakfast supplies steadily diminished. I put the radio on while I did the washing up. It's funny how memories of the night before can be so jumbled in the morning. Just flashes of moments in the pub, then the legs following me home and inviting themselves in, and then all the chaos that followed. That reminded me. I went to the front room with a sinking heart, but to be fair to the legs, they had done their best to tidy up. I felt well disposed towards them as I made myself another tea. But still, enough is enough. "All right, everyone," I said at last. The legs stopped hopping and turned to face me. Well, I say face. Anyway, I could tell they were listening, if that's the right word. "I've got things to do today, and I suppose you all have too. So, bye, everyone." They didn't argue, which I wasn't really expecting. In small groups, or in ones and twos, they went out through the front door and hopped off to wherever it is legs go on a Saturday morning. I got back into the kitchen and sat back on my chair, quite worn out. On the kitchen table was a card. A bit puzzled, I opened the envelope. The front had a picture of a duckling with a flower in its beak. Inside it read "Thanks" in squiggly lettering, accompanied by a whole collection of big toe prints.